Let's move on. Alistair Gold has brought us a story this morning. A few other publications have also brought it to us. And Alistair Gold, let's start off with him. He says, at least some good news this morning as the move for Christian Romero is finally edging towards completion in what is going to cost Spurs around 50 million euros. So it looks that finally, Christian Romero could be getting over the line.
Yeah, and I think this one, we thought that the deal, there's going to be some information coming out today. Over the weekend, there was a lot of movement, wasn't there? We heard there was a crazy night. What was it, Friday night or Saturday night? Friday night, where at 10:30 we get an update that Spurs have upped their bid and it's going to be accepted and it's all going to happen and like they match Atlanta did. And then literally an hour later, we get an update saying the deal's completely fallen flat, meetings have ended badly. Is like
tension. It'll say there's a big tension at the meeting.
DiMarzio even saying that the deal could permanently be off. I'm like, what? An hour ago you were saying that we matched their bid. What's happened? And then there's been a bit of I think yesterday there were reports that Romero was going to come into Atlanta training and tell Gasperini he wants out and he wants to join Tottenham and he's going to try and force through the move. That's reports there that was saying. And then today now, two reliable sources, one from Dan Kilpatrick and now Alistair Gold about within the last hour have been reporting this deal is now edging closer and Tottenham look to be getting their man. £43 million, I think, plus add-ons. I think it's a good deal. I'm hoping we can get this done sooner rather than later. There are reports that Nuno really wants him in for the Man City game, and we're definitely going to need him for that game, that's for sure. So very positive in that aspect. I'm hoping that we can get this deal done as soon as possible, and that's very, very positive that at least there's some positive news. And it's classic Tottenham, isn't it? When there's negative news, they try and do something from a PR standpoint.
Is
it every time, right? To try and get people back on side. Time. So I think they've definitely started to put out this story now because probably because of this Kane news. That all right, we've got to tell them we're getting close to the Romero deal. But look, if we can hopefully we can get this over the line, and it's better late than never, which is true. I mean, I think this deal should have been done a couple of weeks ago, but it's better late than never, and I'm very, very excited about Romero joining Tottenham.
And it was, I don't know if you saw it, but Fabrizio Romano did an update video on Romero and Tottenham yesterday, I think it was. And the way he was talking about Christian Romero made me even more excited to get this guy through the door. He was saying that this guy is one of the leading emerging centre-backs in Europe. He's one of the top centre-backs in Europe as it stands. I mean, it's a real, it's a statement signing, I think, bringing in Romero. But as well, it's not a statement if we don't bring another centre-back with him. It's not a statement if we don't kind of build the squad, the right-back situation, the striker situation with Harry Kane now. We can't just bring in Romero and rest on our laurels.
No, of course not.
Romero should only be the start.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It means nothing if we don't bring in other players to complement him.
Correct. I think Romero by himself will improve us, but it won't close the gap on the top teams. Yeah. Unfortunately, not a Romero by himself. We need other reinforcements. We know the right back situation is pretty screwed up at the moment. Aurier's going to leave. Doherty, even Nuno, who was a great player under Nuno for Wolves, even he seems apparently willing to let him go. So he doesn't seem to be a massive fan of him. We've got Sanchez, who still needs to get out the door. Reportedly, there was a report over the weekend that he still might. That's moved to Sevilla. Still might be on, but he needs still to leave. So we need to get another one in. So we have 4 centre backs. So I think Romero. Look, someone says so. Now Romero isn't a statement. I think Romero getting someone the quality of Romero. I don't think it's a statement. It's just something we should be doing. I think a statement would be, spending 100 million and getting like a superstar. I think in terms of getting Romero in, it's a great deal, great player, and someone I'm very, very happy with. Is it a statement signing? Probably not, because how can it be a statement signing when United just got Varane, Liverpool have got Konate in, they got Van Dijk coming back, whatever. Chelsea are getting Koundé for 50 million. So it can only be a statement if we're getting ahead of the competition. We're not getting ahead of the competition. We're catching up with the competition. So how's going to be a statement?
It becomes a statement when all the holes in our squad are filled by the end of the transfer window. That's when it becomes a statement. Yeah. One player alone does not make a statement, in my opinion. It would have done back in 2017, back in 2018, when we needed just one or two to really push on. But now we just need too many. And that as a whole is a statement if we bring all of those in, not just one player, because one player is not enough.
Exactly. You know, if we would have made the say like we made a Romero style signing, you know, when we just after we made the Champions League final or something like that, or the season before, the summer before that, that would have been a statement signing, because that's when you're on top, you're getting better as a club and you're growing. And then you splash big money on a player to really help improve you. That's a statement signing to tell everyone, look, we really mean business. We're going to push forward even if we didn't win anything. Now it's like we're playing catch up. We're lagging behind the teams in front of us, the top four. They've already improved. They improved weeks ago. All right, they've already made signings to improve. So us making a great signing right now is not a statement. It's just us catching up. It's us trying to catch up to the competition and close the gap. So I don't think it's a statement just yet to say that we're serious. I just think it's something we need to do.
And that
to
one
even
signing
catch up.
doesn't even catch us up.
No,
doesn't even catch us up.
A
tiny bit.
Not enough on its
Nowhere
own.
near enough. It still doesn't make us into top 4 candidates, in my opinion.
No.
We got a super chat here from Matt Hayes. Big up yourself, Matt Hayes. And he says, the Kane situation is an unwelcome throwback to darker days. Modric, Bale, Berbatov, etc. Romero deal would have been the difference between then and now. What do you make that?
Romero deal would be the difference between then and now.
He says we wouldn't make that kind of deal when we were selling a Modric, Bale, Berbatov.
Yeah, I think that's potentially true. Although, yeah, because obviously when we sold Berbatov, who do we get? We got Pavlyuchenko and replaced
Fraser Campbell, no?
And Fraser Campbell. When we sold Modric, we got Moussa Dembele in to replace him. We had that summer where that was like the Moutinho summer. We ended up sending Dempsey instead of Moutinho and stuff like that. Do I think? I think this Romero deal, don't get me wrong, it's a great deal, and I'm really happy we're getting through the door. Don't get me wrong about that. I'm very excited about having someone of the class Romero coming in. But at the end of the day, he's at a club where although at Atalanta in the Champions League, he's at a club where he's gettable. He's not like a super club or anything. He's at a club where he probably sees Spurs. Look, Spurs, as much as we want to clown our own club, we're a bigger club than Atalanta. That's the truth. So he sees this as a great opportunity to move to London, go to a big Premier League club. And I think it's a deal. Despite, I think obviously the price, 43 million, is quite high, but it's not even that high in this day and age, to be honest. So I don't think it's a deal we wouldn't have done necessarily. Previously. Having
said, we did buy Davinson Sanchez for 40 million.
Yeah, exactly. We bought him for 42 million.
But that's still a long time after the moments he's talking about, Berbatov, Bale, Modric. Those days were an era before, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, this Romero, people like understand the excitement, and I'm excited about Romero, but I don't think it's like this deal that's like a shocking deal that we've shocked the whole of Europe by getting him in. I think it's a great deal, and I'm happy we're getting him in. And I think he is going to improve us, and he's quite a caliber defender we need. But I just think it's what Tottenham should be doing right now, instead of like a massive shock or anything. Or
but the reason why it's a shock is because how we've acted in the transfer market over the past couple of years. That's why.
I guess we did sign in Ndombele for
and Lascelles. So I mean, we have signed players. True, we have signed players, but also with the kind of pandemic and everything, and Daniel Levy coming out and saying how broke we are and how we're not going to be spending that much money, and all this kind of stuff. That's also got into play with it too.
Yeah, but you forget we've sold players. We've got players off the wage bill. We have. Maybe we haven't sold 43 million's worth just yet, but we have got players out the door. We have earned a bit of money, so we're not spending as much as people think. Already you just take the Foyth deal into consideration. That's already 13 million off the price. You get another 5 million off for Toby Alderweireld, so that's 25 million. So you know what I mean? It's really not that much.
Yeah.
At the moment that we're spending, so it's not that big a shock to me.
Yeah.
That we're able to spend this money right now.
It's also like the kind of when we've been there, done that, and this deal's been toing and froing for so long. It's just like finally we're getting somewhere. It feels like, and look. I know we might seem a bit down at the moment because of what's going on with Kane at the moment, but there's no two ways about it. This is a brilliant deal for Tottenham Hotspur.
Definitely.
This is a brilliant deal for Tottenham Hotspur. But like I said, it pretty much means nothing if we don't get him a partner, if we don't get a right back in, and if we don't fill some more holes in the squad.